Hello and welcome back to From the Pitch to Purpose. I am your host, Sammy B on social media, Samantha Brand on my Wikipedia page. And today is going to be a short little message because this is just like pounding in my brain and I need to get it out and I mean, you're here, so you're going to listen to it. Okay. So I've been thinking a lot lately about purpose. I've been thinking about transitions. That is the whole point of this podcast. It is about transitions, it's about life transitions, about personal transitions, about work transitions, mother transitions. I mean, all of the transitions that me and a lot of the people I have, just all of them, right? And so I was thinking about this thing this morning and I was like, wait a second, like people just like go to work every day, like Monday through Friday, every single day. And I thought back and I was like, I have never actually had a job where I go to work every single day, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, 8 to 5, 8 to 4, 9 to 3, whatever. I've never had that job. I've never once. And when I say that out loud in a group of adults, one of the things, and not just sometimes, one of the things that happens is at least one person devalues me. At least one person is like, oh, she's never had to work. Oh, honey, boo-boo, baby. The types of jobs that I have had are insane. Even if my job was for 3 hours playing soccer, the amount of work and everything that I went through for those 3 hours is probably more working out than people have done in a month. It is insane what I've done for my body, with my body, to my body. I just had a surgery that most people have in their 60s because of the work that I did. And so it's really, 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 really crazy sometimes when I even people who value me, I know who value me, will hear me say I've never had an 8 to 5, 9 to 5, and immediately think tiny bit less of me. And it's not because of it's just we are built and constructed to think that you haven't paid your dues, that you haven't done the boring job, so somehow you're valued less. And I don't ever intend to, you guys. I don't intend to go that direction. That is not how I'm built. And for a long time, it felt like I was just less than. You know, when I was done with what people consider a glamorous, cushy job, being a professional soccer player, I felt that, okay, now it's time. Someone told me once that I lived my retirement backwards, that I got to travel the world and do all these things. And then when I will have to work for the rest of my life in a mundane job because I got to do the fun things early. And I'm here to say, oh, F that noise. Because there's so many different ways, especially in friggin' 2025, to make money. And not just that, like, if my bills are paid, I am happy. I am okay. I'm very low maintenance as a person. I don't need fancy dinners. I don't need to go out with my friends every 2 days. Like, I don't need those things. I love when my nails are done, but I challenge myself to not have them done and get them done for special occasions. And that was okay with me. It was very okay with me. And I think that a lot of times, like with entrepreneurship, first off, people think entrepreneurs work like less. It's a lot of time freedom. Yeah, like there is a lot of time freedom, but most entrepreneurs work 24/7, 365. There are no office hours. You don't clock in or clock out. Like I am constantly checking phones. I'm constantly making sure that websites work. I'm constantly, especially if you're just starting or if you're an entrepreneur who does a lot of it themselves, like you're working all the time. Everything you do can be content. It could be this or that. So that notion that entrepreneurs are taking the easy way out is just, we're debunking it right the frick now. It makes no sense. You work so much harder, especially emotionally, because the thing that you're doing is ride or die. The thing that you're doing is a dream. It matters to you. So when something flops or doesn't work or isn't, it matters so much to you personally and emotionally. So imagine, when you don't get a deadline done at work, I know that it matters, but you're not going to sit and cry over it every night and be like, nobody liked it. You might, because people do put a lot into their work. I'm not saying that you don't. I'm also not devaluing the fact that you work 8 to 5, because in my brain, in my heart, I know that someone who is devoted enough to go to work every single day and do a job that they either love or don't love is a type of commitment that I respect so heavily. I respect it so much. It just is, I am not going that route for me. I came out of college with a sports medicine degree. I am highly educated, and I still choose entrepreneurship right now. And I say right now because I don't know what my future holds. I'm not saying I'll never have a 9 to 5, 8 to 5, whatever you guys have. Like, I'm not saying that's not in my future. I'm saying that I am going to stop devaluing myself and others who don't choose a traditional path. Because if you don't recall, especially for millennials of my age, when we came out of college, there was nothing for us. Why did we become hustlepreneurs? The workforce was insane. We had to literally make up jobs. And then for those who found that passion of working from home through COVID and took that tiny sliver of silver lining and thought, wait, I don't have to go back to an office to pay my bills and everything. For those who were courageous enough to say, I like this way of life, I'm sticking with it. Like, why are we devaluing that? Why do I feel like when I say to people, when they ask me what I do and I give them 4 different things and they say, oh, like you do all of those things, you must be a hot mess. You must be someone who genuinely doesn't know what they want in life. No, I am so multifaceted that when I have done one job, I was in my deepest depression. I also am someone who will give you 159% of me when I do a job for you. So when I work for someone else, I give way too much of myself, in which I stop dreaming. I stop momming the same way. I am exhausted emotionally, physically, everything, because I work really hard. So in my brain, I'm like, wait, why am I giving 159% to someone else's pocket, to someone else's mortgage, when I can make that for myself? And that's where my mindset is now. And I've talked to a few people about this recently, actually, about the fact that I have my own dreams that I want to put my own energy into. And it feels likened to almost like a lease to buy situation. I'm putting all my money and my heart and my soul into something that I will own. I will own it. And sometimes I think what we do with our dreams and our passions and our talents and our gifts and our blessings is we go and we rent them out to people. We go like, well, I'm going to do it for that person. They're going to take all the risks and I'm going to do it under their whatever. Now, again, if you're doing that and it works for you, I am applauding you. But in me, I am batting 100. I said at 9 years old, I'm going to be a professional. I said famous soccer player. I'm going to be a famous soccer player. And guess what I was? I was in newspapers. I was on ESPN. I did it. I am batting for 100. So why would I not bat for myself and my dreams now? When my 9-year-old self, she knew then that she had everything it takes to become what she dreamt of, right? So I'm not going to do that anymore. And also in my writing community, we were just talking about this the other day on a live, and we were talking about how we do things every single day that are hard and we don't want to do every single day. As a mom, I get up more times than I want to get up. I wash dishes, I fold laundry, I do laundry. I do all of these things that I don't want to do because they're hard or tedious or whatever, and we are no longer letting our dreams be on that list. Why then would I do the hard things for my dreams? Why would I put that on the list of things I don't want to do or aren't willing to do because they're hard? What? Girl, stop. So I just had to come on and say this. This is literally all I had to say. I am going to stop devaluing myself because I do not work an 8 to 5. I felt like when I've been able to say to people, oh, I'm going to go be a teacher, I've been like, oh yeah, my status is growing. What? No, when I have gone past what I thought I was capable of, when I've stepped on stages with a mic in my hand, when I have felt the power of my own gifts being used, when I have ran retreats, when I have done things that no one thought I could do, including myself, that should give me value. Not clocking in and clocking out. But again, if that is your life, I all power to you because I've done it, and there is such a freedom to not have to worry about any of the overhead or the management. There's a beautiful freedom to that. And at one point in my life, I needed to be someone who clocked in and clocked out because I needed a break from doing it all. And I've been there and I've tried to do those things. And again, even then, wasn't working 8 to 9 or 8 to 5. I was working a half day part-time and I was still drained immensely. So I get it that this notion that if you don't pull yourself up by the bootstraps, you somehow have less value. I'm just calling that bullshit. It's bullshit. And I'm no longer going to let anybody, and when I say anybody, that is from my mentors, that is from that is everybody. I will not let anybody tell me that what I do is less value than what someone else does because they work an 8 to 5, 9 to 5. I won't do it anymore. And that's all I got to say. That's all I get. This is a little bit more fiery than most of my things, but if you are in a position right now where you're feeling like, hey, I want to be an entrepreneur, but I just don't know. I just don't whatever. Like, I've got people right now who can build. I have mentors who can take you through that fear and whatnot. I have writing courses that can take you through all those fears and get past them on the other side. All of those things. You could PM me, DM me, send me a carrier pigeon. I'm here to listen, to help you through it, to remind you of your greatness all day. But as for me and mine, I am no longer seeing myself as valued less. Point blank, period. Love you guys so much. Go tell someone that they're awesome today, okay? Bye.